This week at High Peak, we've had another busy one. Not that I'm complaining, but we've now got 6 sold cars that need preparing quickly. I've also got to try and fit in a service on my SL55 AMG. Then I've got something very interesting to show you. I bought quite a rare Italian sports car from a YouTube viewer. So I'll give you a full tour around that. And then finally, we're off to see my mate Will the mechanic to check in on my £5,000 Bentley. And I can show you around some other projects he's working on. Right, let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to more High Peak. Well, we've got quite a busy day today, with lots of running around to do. We had quite a busy weekend at the garage. We sold about 6 cars, which is good. That means those sold cars have got to go to my mechanics to be prepared, ready for the handover, and we've got several new cars arriving today, one of which I'm really excited about because I've never had one and I've never driven one. First of all though, we're taking my SL55 down to SPR for a service. Now, I've owned this car since, I bought it just after the first COVID lockdown, so I've had this car nearly, well yeah, about 5 years. I've never owned a car for 5 years before, but I'm just not parting with this, I love it. It's a late 2002 SL55 AMG, and it was something of a dream car of mine. And it had done, when I bought it, it had done 15,500 miles, so it was really low. And it's still, 5 years later, not even touched 20. I've done 19,700 miles. It really is like a new car. It's a bit of a garage queen, really. It's always under a cover in my garage, locked away. I last had this serviced about 3 years ago, but I've only done 1,000 miles since then, so I didn't really see the point in wasting the money. But I spoke to Sam the other day and he said you should really service that. Even though you haven't the miles, time-wise, the oil will have degraded, the filter will have degraded, so just bring it down and we'll get it serviced for you. So that's where we're heading first. It's quite a nice day today, it's supposed to be 25 degrees, so I thought, well, this is the perfect time to use the SL and get the roof down. It's such a cool car, this. So up front we've got a 5.4 litre supercharged V8 with about 475 horsepower. My parking sensors are going crazy. There are a couple of tiny little faults with this, which I've just noticed. My centre brake light is cracked and chipped, so I need to get that replaced. This little cover here has come loose, so I need to get that stuck down. And we've also got a fault with the radar cruise. I was driving it back yesterday and it suddenly stopped working. I was actually trying to show somebody in a Subaru Impreza STI or something who was boss. Anyway, it was me. He came up behind me on the dual carriageway and I could tell that he was trying to embarrass me, so anyway, I just stung it. The last time I saw him, he was a tiny little speck in my rearview mirror. Once we've been to Sam's, by the way, I've got to pick up my Audi A3 from the car park at work and take it down to my mechanics. It's booked in for a wheel bearing. Do you remember I did a video with it on the main channel and I said, I think this has got a bit of a wheel bearing hub. Anyway, it's got worse. That was pushing it a little bit. That's the good thing about this car. You can sort of exploit any little gap in the traffic. What else are we going to do today? The car that's arrived at work that I'm really excited to show you is a little Italian sports car. It's an Abarth 124 Spider. So you know the Fiat 124 that's based on the, I think it's based on the MX-5. Well, it's the Abarth version of that. So I'm really excited to see that. I bought that from a YouTube viewer who kindly got in touch. So my colleagues are going over for it this morning to collect. So I'm hoping by the time I've been to SPR, it'll be back at the garage and ready for me to take it out for a spin. And I'm quite excited. I don't know too much about them. I think they're based on the MX-5, but I think they use Abarth engines, so it's a 1.4 turbocharged 4-cylinder. So it should go quite well and it should sound pretty good. So I'll take you for a quick spin, I think, in that. You know what's great about the sound of this car is it's not too loud or aggressive. You just get this little faint V8 burble. It's not that faint, don't get me wrong, but it's also not loud or yobbish. Anyway, we're not too far away from SPR, so I shall see you there. I do love this car. Just realised I've lost my camera car. Sorry, Steve. Right, let's go and see Sam then. Well, we dropped the SL off with Sam, so he's going to get on with that. We're now back at work. I'm going to take this Audi A3 down to my mechanics. I need to check in with her actually and see where we're up to with various projects. There are always various cars there in different states of repair or disrepair. This A3 is going to have its wheel bearing done and then it's ready for sale. I think I've sold it to a friend of mine actually, so once this is done I just need to work out what it owes me and then tell her, you know, how much I can let her have it for. Here it is then. So it's a 2011 Audi A3 S-Line. Now you might remember this from the main channel, but I paid like £800 for it, so it was quite cheap. I spent another 5 or 6 or whatever it was, but still for that sort of money, it's quite a decent car. So I lent it to a mate of mine over the weekend and she quite likes it. So I'm going to see what sort of deal can be done. Anyway, let's head down to my mechanics. Well, we're down at my mechanics now. I've dropped off the A3. That wheel bearing's making a right racket. I thought coming down the hill, I thought it was going to take off. And now we're down here, I can see everything that's sold. So the automatic Duke sold, so that's good. That was in stock for about a month. The little automatic Fiesta that sold, that was only in stock for about 2 days. Now, I thought being a bright colour like that, that's a bit of a Marmite colour, but it turns out whoever bought it likes Marmite. The Leon over there sold. The ML sold, and actually on its test drive, as mint as that was, it's an older car, so it's, you know, could have happened to anyone, I suppose. On its test drive, the brake pedal just went to the floor. It burst a brake pipe, so that's down here having that replaced, and a fresh MOT. I think that's about it. So there's plenty happening. I've just dropped off some parts for my Terracan. Parts are quite tricky to get hold of on that, so I've managed to find some anyway, so that's being dealt with. But yeah, we're going to head back to the garage now and check in on my Abarth 124. I'll see you there. Well, we're back at work now, and I've just noticed my mini sidewalk's back. Now, just to bring you up to speed with this, in the last week with High Peak, I'd bought this for £1,000. Then I took it down to my mechanics to get it serviced, MOT'd, and do whatever it needed, and I spent £1,000 on it, so it now owes me £2,000. But still, there's a decent profit margin. I think it's worth 3.5 grand of anyone's money, really. It's quite a nice spec. It's now fully sorted. There was a cracked spring, I think, and something else, so it's all been sorted. Anyway, let's go and look at this Abarth. What I'm going to do actually is get my S4 out and use that tonight because I'm currently carless. My SL is having a service, so I need some transport. So I'll use that tonight, and yeah, let's get the Abarth out. Hi pal. On Friday actually I had the diff serviced on this. It's had the front and rear diff serviced and the gearbox serviced, so it's now all ready to go. Although I don't really want to sell it, but yeah, anyway, I'll use it tonight. Well, this is the Abarth Spider 124. Now, I've never had one of these before. I'm quite excited. It's a 2018. It's quite a nice spec. I don't know how much this is standard, you see. So you've got full leather interior, nice Alcantara dash. Basically what this is an MX-5, I believe, but with an Abarth engine and gearbox. I think that's right, I could be wrong, but I think it's an MX-5 chassis and everything else. It's a pretty car though. You've got quad exhaust, it's a nice colour. I hope you're right. Yeah. Well, that's actually not a bad sized boot, you know, for a little roadster. I think the mileage is low as well. I think it's only done 20 odd. Hang on. Got heated seats as well. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? 24,000 miles. Put the seat back a bit. Should we take this for a drive? I'm quite intrigued to see what it performs like. I can't believe how good this sounds. I really didn't expect it to sound like this. You know what, if this handles like an MX-5, they're onto a winner here. I've often looked at the Fiat 124 Spider and thought, that's a cool looking car, I wouldn't mind buying one. But the Abarth one I've always fancied in particular. Having said that, the Abarth, one thing that put me off the Abarth Spider was that they always have a black bonnet, like a carbon effect or whatever, and I always thought that looked a bit naff. This is a really nice car, you know. Everything straight away feels really nice. Steering wheel feels nice, wrapped in nice leather. Sounds good. Feels really light and agile. Now I think this is something like 170 brake horsepower, which in a little rear wheel drive, let's put my window up so you can hear me, in a little rear wheel drive roadster like this is plenty. I think it's 0 to 60 is something like 6.5 seconds, so it just feels quite brisk. What's good about the Abarth as well over the regular Fiat is that it feels a bit more upmarket. Everything's covered in suede or Alcantara and leather. It's quite nice, really. We've got heated seats. What else have we got? We've got sat-nav. The fact that this engine's turbocharged as well, rather than just being naturally aspirated, adds to the drama, because you can feel the turbo kicking in and then pinning you back. It's not the quickest thing I've ever driven, but it's quick enough. That's what's always good with these kinds of cars, like the MX-5 as well. You can drive them everywhere, pretty much, with your foot to the floor. I agreed to buy this car a couple of days ago, and my colleagues went over to collect it. And before I agreed to buy it, I did a car vertical check, and luckily it was all clear. I know I always bang on about this, but it's really important that you do a thorough vehicle history check before you hand over any cash for a used car or motorbike. And with Car Vertical, it just couldn't be easier. All you do is go to carvertical.com, type in the reg or the VIN, and away you go. And also, it isn't just a UK thing, it works in 35 different countries. So it'll tell you if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. In addition to that, it shows you the MOT history, the ownership changes, reg plate changes, and a whole lot more. I wouldn't dream of buying a used car without doing a thorough vehicle history check first. Don't forget, by the way, to use my promo code HIGHPEAK, that's HIGHPEAK all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you get 20% off each and every check that you do. You can use that promo code as many times as you like. It isn't just a one-time thing. As you can see with the Car Vertical report on this Abarth, it was all clear, so I knew it was quite a decent one and it had to be bought. And I'm pretty sure there's some profit left in this. Unless I keep it for myself, of course. Just wants to go all the time. I really like this. It's a 6-speed manual, and just like an MX-5, the gear changes so crisp. Really pops and bangs and stuff, I like it. I love driving cars like this, don't get me wrong, but to use one every single day, I think it would just get a bit tiring. But it's the perfect weekend car. Perfect car to just take out on a Sunday morning for a blast. What are we doing next then? Well, I need to go and check in on my Bentley, my cheap £5,000 Bentley. So I'm going to head over to Will's now and talk to him about what it needs and see what else he's got there. He's always got interesting cars. He's always working on quite unique things. So we'll go and catch up with him, see what's happening. I'm going to film a couple of TikToks as well, so we'll do that. By the way, if you don't follow me on TikTok, it's, oh, actually that's the username, at It's High Peak Autos. I did also have at High Peak Autos, but I stupidly couldn't remember the password, so I had to create a new one. Told you I wasn't good with technology. Anyway, I love this little thing. I'm going to head back then now before I end up writing it off. Right then, well, as is often the case in this job, the plans have changed. We only just managed to get to Will's the next day to check in on my £5,000 Bentley. Now, I've already done a full update with that over on the main High Peak Autos channel, so if you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out. I'll leave the link for you below in the video description. While we were there though, Will gave us a quick look at some other projects he's been working on. He's always got really interesting cars around. Starting with this 600 brake horsepower Porsche. It's a bit of a one-off.
There's still a few teething problems.
Yeah,
but
that's sick.
Yeah, it ran 520 horsepower on the dyno.
Right. Okay.
That was a 1 bar of boost. It should do about 1.5 bar of boost, so it should be closer to about 600 horsepower.
Right. Okay. What's the engine from?
It's the original engine.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. So stripped it down. All the bottom end was balanced. Put Carrillo rods in it. Uprated big end bearings. Yeah. The head was machined by Rickwood in Stockport. Okay. So all the ports have been CNC machined, so they're all the same size. Exhaust ports were made bigger because we've converted it to turbo to get rid of the exhaust gases better.
Right, okay.
That's
a big job, isn't it? That would have only been 250 horsepower, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, good.
Yeah, it's a bit of an animal.
Yeah, yeah.
But, just there's a bit of a boost issue. Can't get over 1 bar boost with it for some reason. Okay. So, yeah, a bit more work on it, and then should be good to go for the track.
Yeah. Right then.
Can't wait to hear this.
It's really quiet, actually.
Oh, is it really?
Then after we managed to break the back light on the Bentley, Will showed us around a beautifully restored TVR that belongs to one of his friends.
That's cool. Is this like a factory car then? Apart from the engine, but
Sort of.
I've seen one before in my life.
So they did 1600M, the 2500M.
Yeah.
I can't remember if this was, because it used to have a Ford V6 in this, I think.
Okay.
And the guy that owns it has upgraded it to a Ford 5 litre V8. So
Right.
a 302 cubic inch V8.
Right. That's beautiful though, isn't it?
The attention to detail on it is really, really nice.
Nice is that interior?
It smells of real car as well.
Does it? Does it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, everything is nut and bolt perfect on it.
Yeah. What's it in for?
So the guy's built it, but he's not a mechanic.
Right.
Even though he's done a better job than what a lot of mechanics would do. So he likes to just have things checked over.
Yeah.
So we're just going through it all, spanner checking everything. It passed its MOT on Friday.
Okay.
There's a few things that we do need to change on it. So the shock absorbers that he got are too long. So when the wheels are at full droop,
Yeah.
the suspension arms lock out.
Right.
So if it was to cock a wheel going around the corner,
Yes.
your suspension would lock up then. Sorry, your steering would lock up.
Yeah.
So we need an inch shorter shockers, which will then sort of keep them up,
Yeah.
And then it stops them locking out then.
Right. Okay. What's it like to drive? Is it a dog or?
No, it's really
Is it-
nice.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Sometimes with these older things, they kind of are, aren't they?
I know some stuff you should never meet your heroes, but no. To be fair, I mean TVR have always been very, very good at building chassis.
Right. Okay.
You know, and the chassis dynamics of even these old cars is still very good.
Yeah.
Especially when they're set up right as well.
Okay.
How much does one of these cost?
So an original one would probably be about 20 grand, something like that. This one, because it is so special and it's been so nicely done, I would say this one's probably more like 50.
Wow. Yeah.
I was going to say, he must have put another 20 into it at least, mustn't he?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you'll probably never get the money back that he's put into it, but at the end of the day, people that build these sorts of things, they're doing it for, the
Passion project, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a passion
Yeah.
project.
No, it's cool, that.
The colour as well, so it's a period correct colour, because I think it's 1977, this car, but the TVR blue is a lot lighter than this, it's a bit wishy-washy.
Yeah.
So this is actually a VW Beetle.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, from the same sort of
Yeah,
year.
right. I was going to comment on the colour, but I didn't want to sound like naive, like I didn't want to...
Oh, no, so
It's a nice colour combination though, isn't it?
yeah, so he had a colour swatch with this sort of colour, but like 3 different sort of manufacturers, and basically he just sort of picked. He didn't know which colour was which, and he just picked the one that he liked.
No, it suits it.
Like I said, I think this colour it suits the car shape a lot better, and I say it's a nicer, deeper colour than what the proper TVR colour is.
Is that an old Range Rover shell?
Yes.
Is it? No classic?
Yes, it's a 2-door. I can't remember. I think that's 1974. I think so. It's not Suffix A.
Suffix A, no.
It's I think it's a Suffix C.
Okay.
So not quite as desirable as a Suffix A's.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's no history with it or anything, it'll never be worth sort of really big money. So there's no point sort of keeping it absolutely original because they didn't drive particularly well anyway.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to do like still keep it the traditional sort of style, but more of a resto mod.
Yeah.
So we'll keep the
Try and
original
modernise
wheels,
it a
but
bit.
sort of make them a bit wider.
Yeah.
But
That's sort of like what they do at Kingsley. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, so Kingsley Cars, they restored the Queen's one actually.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. So they're
They fetch crazy money, don't they?
yeah, but some of the stuff that they do is absolutely mind blowing. It's
Yeah.
a really, really nice. It's a nice setup that.
Yeah, it
they've
is. It is. We did an L322 meet round the corner from them actually.
Right.
Last year or the year before. So I was looking on the website.
Yeah.
Some really nice stuff.
got. Yeah, they know how to
It's
charge.
proper lottery win stuff, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think one from them. I think they're like between sort of 150 and 170
I
grand.
think so. Yeah.
You know, if you have a full build for, by them, where they literally go through everything,
Yeah.
then yeah.
This is the thing, it can be completely bespoke, can't it?
Yeah.
All right then, pal. Well, thank you for giving us a tour.
Yeah, no problem, and hopefully I have some good news for you on the Bentley soon.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Well, we're over in Skelmersdale at the moment. I've just done some filming with the lads from Transformotion. I won't tell you what we filmed, but it was quite an enjoyable video. So keep your eyes peeled on both my channel and theirs for that latest video. But yeah, no, it went really well. I'm terrible at keeping a secret. I want to tell you, but I can't. Anyway, I'm heading back to Manchester now. And yeah, I'm back in my S4, which I'm loving using actually. I haven't driven this car now for a good couple of months. It's just been in the showroom and I've really enjoyed using it. It's a proper car with a proper engine. So I think that's about it. It's been quite a busy week. We've been quite productive, which is always good. And yeah, I always like to end the week on a high, which we've done. So thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Leave the links below. Yeah, cheers guys. I'll see you next time.